There we go. Time to get back into this mess. They're sad chaos boy. This place is a freaking horror movie in here. Just wait till see the weird shit we got waiting for us. Oh, there it is. Fucking hand spider. Bullshit. Ah. Hey! Off to a good start.
Hello.
Hello. I just got trampled by a giant hand spider. How are you?
Well, I haven't had someone wiggle their fingers and stomp me, so I can't.
Better
I
than me
can't.
then. Alright. This place is a whole ass experience. There he
I
is.
can imagine.
I see you up there, jerk. Get flame-eyed.
I see you there, wiggling your fingers, wiggling your fingers.
God, what a nightmare. Who made these things? Where did they get a hand that big? Did they go
Lovecraft's
hunting
nightmares.
giants? Yeah. His nightmares are the only times Lovecraft ever smiles.
It's like, now you all will face the fears I dream of.
Right? Thanks for bringing us Shoggoths.
Thanks for the
man.
King in Yellow.
Right?
Thanks for all of the nightmare fuel you gave us. Congrats.
We're all such a bunch of sick fucks now, thanks to him. What level of Somber Stone do I need now? I need a 6er. So what's been happening with you today?
Woke up a little late. Did a little Star Wars.
What about Star Wars?
Did a little Star Wars.
What does that mean?
Star Wars: The Old Republic.
Oh, right, okay. Birth of so many tentacle fetishists, Larson? No, that's ancient Japanese artwork.
Yeah, pretty much.
The first hentai is from like the Shogun eras. I don't know what year that thing was painted, but wow.
Oh man.
I heard there's speaking of Star Wars, didn't they just start a new Mandalorian season or something?
No, it just
Recently?
ended. It just ended.
Oh, okay. People have been talking about watching it because it just ended, so I guess they're just like binging it now.
It's kind of really all over the place because they're trying to shove in shows that they got canceled. Thank you, Kathleen Kennedy, for fucking up The Mandalorian. That's the best way to put it. It's a lot of shit having to be reworked because she was the reason why Gina Carrero got fired, who was pretty much a main staple of the show for the first 2 seasons and was going to be probably more critical as the show went on, but nope.
Not anymore.
See, the thing is, Kathleen Kennedy didn't really have anything to do with the show for the first 2 seasons because she was being distracted with a different project. But when that project got canceled, she went, "Oh, look, let me fuck this up." You know, and that's why this entire season has had so much allusions to her sequel trilogy of garbage. And why things were messed up with the Book of Boba Fett and the season.
Ah!
I sincerely blame her for the reason why Lizzo and Jack Black are in Star Wars.
Jack Black's in Star Wars?
Yeah. In the 6th episode of this season, they had Jack Black and Lizzo.
So Star Wars is awesome again now?
God, no, that's just... Jack Black has no reason to be in Star Wars because he doesn't fit Star Wars.
That's true.
Jack Black really does one thing. He plays Jack Black.
He does.
And then
but he does it
Lizzo,
really well.
And then having Lizzo in there, fucking burn Lizzo. She's really a god-awful fucking person. And the fact that they put her in
let's
there...
also burn this fort that I'm in.
True.
God damn, I hate this place.
Honestly, about the best thing about that episode was having Christopher Lloyd in it, because at least he can act for Star Wars.
He's still alive?
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
I'm surprised you didn't know he was alive.
I mean, he's been an old man for my entire life. I'm just getting the fuck out of here.
How old are you again?
Way too old. 47.
He wasn't that old when we were kids.
I mean, he already had white hair in Back to the Future.
That was a wig.
Was it?
You gotta realize Back to the Future was in the same decade he also played Reverend Jim on Taxi.
I never watched Taxi.
Yeah, he had full dark hair.
Okay.
Yeah, he was.
Yes, Larson. Unfortunately, I am.
I think he was only in his 30s when he was doing that. No quote me on that.
Ah.
Yeah, he's getting up there now. I think he's in his 80s or 90. I think he's in his 80s though. But he can still do good acting. Same cannot be saying for Jack Black or Lizzo. I know people like Jack Black. Jack Black's fine.
Jack Black is incredible at playing Jack Black.
Exactly. Jack Black is fine if you don't put him in like established franchises to have a totally different tone from him.
Whereas that's true. He probably does not fit Star Wars very well at all. Although in Psychonauts 2, he was perfect for a Psychonauts 2 character. He is nuts.
Lizzo should be tied to a stake and burned in a courtyard, because goddamn, I hate that.
I think she's been tied to too many stakes already.
No, the thing is they keep forgetting to light the fire to burn her.
Oh, you don't want to eat your steak raw. That's a bad idea.
Yeah. Set fire to the pig.
I don't know what she's like as a person. I just know that she is sizable.
She's everything I've ever seen of her just disgusts me with her.
In what way? I just don't know what she's like. So
she glorifies obesity. As someone who is obese, someone who knows that that's not something to glorify.
That is pretty disgusting to do.
Yeah, she glorifies and encourages that shit.
That is disgusting. Do not encourage health problems on people.
And of course, she literally twerked and played while playing one of the national treasures, which was a glass flute of Hamilton. It's like on a stage. It's like, why is she being given this, and why is she being allowed to blow on it while twerking her ass and sticking her tongue going, it's like, oh god, I wanted to fucking hit her.
Yeah, that's real respectful, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like, I don't care if she can play a flute. Don't let her do that shit. It's very disrespectful. And anytime I've heard her open her mouth or say anything, I just want to have like the backhand going back and forth constantly across her face just to keep her from talking.
That sounds fair.
Yeah, it's like, seriously. She is an awful person. She can't act, so why would you put her there for fucking in an acting role when she can't act? And the show was just thrown all over the place because they were trying to stick in things were planned for, like Rangers of the New Republic, as well as like some of the other shows they had planned that got squashed when Kathleen Kennedy attacked. To quote Avatar: The Last Airbender, everything changed when Kathleen Kennedy attacked.
Episode 10, the attack of Kathleen Kennedy.
Because everything feels squashed in, and things feel rushed. And that last episode felt majorly condensed and rushed. And it just had an off tone to it from doing that, and just...
Yeah, that sounds pretty bad.
It annoys me.
So rip the Mandalorian then?
I can only hope if they do any improvements, but the thing is, they need to fucking oust that bitch and get her out of there. She's fucking ruining shit. Stop letting that bitch have a job. But of course, it's Hollywood, so you fail upward. It's not like anybody ever liked her. You can listen to old recordings from fucking Spielberg or Lucas saying that they never fucking liked her. It's like, oh yeah, she just come into discussions on a movie. It's like, as we're talking, all she do is pull out her notepad and pen and just interrupt everybody with her lame bullshit that had nothing to do with what we were talking about. She just self-insert herself into everything.
It's amazing how some people manage to still have a job, isn't it?
Well, yeah, it's because she married I forget if he was a lawyer or agent. But yeah, she basically embedded herself long ago as like a tick back in the 70s and 80s into Hollywood.
She's still draining the blood.
Yes! Having your name like executive producer is like saying, "Hey, I'm just having my name here for flagrantly flagging my namesake." That's what an executive producer title is basically is to any movie or anything. I just stick my I just sign checks and shove my face on things.
Yeah, pretty much. Alright, let me see. I know I can jump down onto some other buildings from up here. Forget where, though.
God, she's already planning a movie that takes place after her sequel trilogy with Rey again. Except Rey is in charge of a new Jedi Order.
Yeah, that would happen.
I so love the fact that they killed the original trilogy trio off so unceremoniously and bastardized them just for this fucking Mary Sue to take over, usurp the name Skywalker, and basically trash a legacy. Oh, and we can't forget, Kathleen Kennedy was on record as saying, it's like, we had to really brainstorm because there was nothing for us to draw any ideas from. You know, all of Legends. So what are they doing? Drawing things from all of Legends.
Yeah.
She's full of shit. And
I mean, they really extra stole the name of Skywalker too, because as I recall, it is not actually her name.
No, she's a Palpatine.
Right.
And
Which just is like, nope, I'll take the other name instead for no reason.
Let's talk about some more bullshit by fucking pulling Palpatine up. Basically saying, hey, we brought back Palpatine because guess what? Anakin sacrificed and Luke sacrificed meant absolutely nothing in the original trilogy.
But on the other hand, at least he's a cool villain, unlike the ones they made themselves.
Not really. He just sat around like a corpse and shot Force lightning. That's all he did.
Well, he's supposed to be a cool villain. They just didn't use him well.
No, they butchered a cool villain.
That's true.
To carry their bare bones of a bullshit trilogy.
Yeah. Hey, you guys remember Force Lightning?
Hey, guys, remember when Lando Calrissian was a smooth operator? No, we gotta make him a...
Not anymore.
A trisexual. He's gonna try anything once, especially a droid.
I don't think he was actually hot for the droid. He was just goofing around.
No. They made it very clear that he diddled that droid.
No, the droid just thought that he wanted to.
Let's talk about horrible...
I refuse.
Let's talk about horrible character, that droid. Try to have a sad death scene for the droid when all you can think of is, yeah, dead.
Okay, yeah, goodbye.
And then they butchered the Millennium Falcon by making the droid its fucking navigational system.
Yeah, that was weird.
In Legends, I like to call it what was called before it was called Legends. The EU, the expanded universe. There was an explanation for why his YT-1300 freighter was, aka the Millennium Falcon, for those who don't know, why it was able to make hyperspace jump so quickly. Is he actually took 3 astromech droid brains and basically had put them into the calculating part of the put it in the ship's navigational system, and basically the 3 droid brains working off each other, trying to counter-correct each other, gave a very fast and accurate readout to chart for hyperspace jumps. The reason why hyperspace jumps take a while is because you have to get your computer to navigate so you don't get pulled into a gravity well of some planet or star or whatever. But that was why the reason it was why he was able to do the Kessel run in less than 14 parsecs. I mean, less than 12 parsecs. Sorry, was because that would normally take like someone like 16 to 20 parsecs to jump to basically navigate through the Kessel Run, which was surrounded by like Maw nebulas and half a dozen other anomalies
and space tentacle monsters.
The Summa Verminoth, yes. But that's what that tentacle monster was called. It's called Summa Verminoth. But basically, a lot of calculations had to be done. The reason his ship could do that is because it had such fast and accurate charting from having the 3 droid brains calculating it for you.
There you go.
That's why he was able to do the jumping so quickly and accurately to get through the Maw Nebula without being pulled into gravity wells or into the black holes when you get closer to like the Maw installation. But the only thing that made it dangerous was more often than not was, going to Kessel itself, because it was a spice mining operation where all the spice was being mined by slaves, and a lot of slaves died in those spice mines due to a type of spider that lived down in the dark parts of that of Kessel that fed on them.
The spicers.
Yeah. Then you gotta also think in the Mon Nebula of the Kessel Run, you also have probably one of the most dangerous creatures of Star Wars, which is
The fan. No, I'm kidding.
no, it's
The Kathleen.
Abeloth.
Now that sounds like a Shoggoth type of thing.
Oh, she pretty much is. Basically, she would be originally she would have been serving the father and the son and the daughter. You remember them?
Nope.
She you would have seen them in Rebels. Basically,
which I didn't watch.
I'm not Rebels. Sorry. Clone Wars. Sorry.
Oh,
but
okay. Just been a long time then.
Yeah. Basically, just think of very super powerful force beings that were pretty much isolated from a lot of the galaxy. The father was sort of like the balance, kept the balance. The son inhabited the dark side of the force. The daughter inhabited the light side force. Abeloth was originally a mortal being that was basically there to take care of them and such, and they kind of looked up. The children actually looked up her as sort of a mother-like figure. Basically, at the time, she fed on what was known as the two sort of two like well springs, one of the dark side and one of the light side, the founts of the. But the problem was being immortal and also feeding on two different energies like that. It drove her mad, drove her insane, and she's kind of became like a demon, and she was literally imprisoned in the Mon Nebula by the Celestials. You know, the ancient beings that were in tune with the Force. You know, long before the Rakata and such. Like, we're talking really mythic past of the Star Wars galaxy. I mean, she's not the only like horrifying creature out there. I mean, there is a planet out in the unknown regions, which some have speculated is probably one of the reasons why the hyperspace routes have been almost non-existent in the western part of the Star Wars galaxy. Is because it was to prevent it from God, I forget what it's called. It's got starts with the Y, I think. But basically it's a gray sludgy ooze that's very full of malice and malicious intent. And basically whatever organic thing it comes in contact with, it will enter its body and slowly take over and use it like sort of like a meat puppet and to get more and more to increase its size and number. And
so it's the Grey Goose scenario then.
Basically, it is literally stuck on a planet that is basically encompassing the entire surface of, and actually has like a graveyard of ships, like a Saturn-like ring around the planet that it keeps there as sort of like trophies of those that it's killed, and keeps those ships like that ring like that as sort of like a little necklace, if you were.
Yeah.
And any spacer that's stupid enough to get close to that can easily be manipulated mentally by it. It is another horrifying galactic doomsday type of creature, just like Abeloth is.
Well, that sounds pleasant.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'll check that thing out.
There's others that are pretty strange. Like there's a sort of like a pocket dimension, sort of like an anti-version of the Force. Oh god, there was like there's like several things from the EU that just very interesting. And some of them just being ancient and just downright things you do not mess with, that far exceeded long before the Jedi or even like the Rakata Empire or any of those. Like we're talking stuff that goes back to like the age of the Celestials and such. I'm probably boring people on your stream.
I mean, that's a lot of Star Wars lore I didn't know about. I've heard of the Rakatas because of Old Republic, though.
Yeah. You gotta think, the Celestials were long before the Rakata. And long before the people that had originally traveled the planets and taught the Rakata. The Celestials were long before them. The Celestials are the ones that really shaped the way the Force worked in the galaxy. But yeah, I forgot what the race was that taught the Rakata how to use the Force, and the Rakata then turned, killed them, and tried to use their technology to destroy them. They actually destroyed their own ways, teleportation ways of getting around, but the Rakata built their own empire and weapons and ships and such that worked off of manipulation of the Force, which was also the thing that did in the Rakata, because the thing that destroyed their empire was the fact that they had grown a Force sickness that spread like a plague and basically wiped out their empire.
I like how they featured those guys in interesting different ways in Old Republic based on what class you're playing.
Well, yeah,
some of their stuff shows up differently depending on your class quest storyline, you know?
Well, the thing is the Rakata themselves were pretty much most of them were stricken dumb by the Force plague. Because not only did it wipe out a lot of their use of the Force, wipe out most of them with their use of the Force, which made a lot of their technology non-existent to use, but it also started stricken a lot of them dumb and more feral.
Ah.
Yeah. So that's why
that's bad.
By the time you see any of them in like Knights of the Old Republic or the Old Republic, you either see very few leftovers that were very isolated from the rest, or you're looking at what's left of like very tribalistic tribes at that point.
Right. Yeah. I remember that tribe.
Yeah. I mean,
Deep Imiscari
vicious
in D&D?
tribes. Sorry.
Who's the Deep Imiscari? I don't know that part of D&D. You know that one, Omadon?
I don't, unfortunately.
Sounds like Underdark stuff, I would guess, based on the word deep, but I'm not up on recent D&D lore.
Well, the recent D&D has changed a lot of things.
Yeah.
From like the older lores of D&D.
One thing I like that they did, like, as much as many people, including myself, hated 4th edition, I will give them credit for doing one cool thing, in that even though the way magic worked in the game was a massive change from 3rd edition to 4th edition, at least when it comes to Forgotten Realms setting, they explained why magic changed so heavily in the lore. Like, there's an in-world reason for it. So I'll give them that at least. And that reason is that the goddess of magic got murdered. And so magic went wild and is now much weaker. And that's why wizards are nerfed in the 4th edition, basically. But then a new person ascended and took over and got shit under control for 5th edition, basically. And then whatever they're doing next, because they're not doing editions anymore. They're doing D&D as a live service. Yeah, D&D 1, otherwise known as the live service.
In other words, we don't give a shit. We don't want to be creative. We don't want to create a better system to work around. No, we gave up.
I mean, I think there's going to be some system changes, but it's just that you have to be subscribed to their online... Hold on. You have to be subscribed to the online service to get them. Like, they're not going to put out edition books anymore. So it's just going to be like an ongoing living live service type of thing. That kind of sucks.
Which is the dumbest thing, because people kept buying books. That was one of the fun things about editions, is to do that.
Yep, now everybody's going to go play something else.
I think the biggest problem with D&D is they keep trying to streamline it, and you can't streamline D&D.
Yeah, I mean, 5th edition undid some of that. Although, one thing I always thought was strange was one of the big advertising points for 4th edition was supposed to be that they were simplifying it for new audiences.
They turned D&D into playing an MMO. That's basically what they did. They took the role play out of it, and they took
the role play out of it, but I think they actually made it... I found it more complicated than 3rd edition, personally.
Oh yeah, it was far more complicated.
Because playing your class abilities felt like playing Magic the Gathering or something. Like, you had to worry about all kinds of different ability interactions, and...
It felt like you
know
were
how
doing a text-based version of an MMO. That's what
sort
it
of.
felt like.
But you know how in Magic the Gathering, like, a lot of decks get built on, like, really complex card interactions? Like, this sets up that, and that sets up this, and this sets up that. That's what 4th edition felt like.
Yeah. Like I said, it felt like you were playing a text-based version of MMO. It's like, I don't want to feel like I'm playing an MMO. I want to play role play. I don't want to just do, oh, combat. Oh, look, combat's got to be complicated. It takes 5 times longer because I can't figure out how to calculate with your stupid things. Oh, we have to print out tons of different cards of our abilities. Like, why?
As I've always said, I think 4th edition would be a perfectly good, like, board game. Like, file off the serial numbers, call it something else. Don't call it D&D. Call it some other new name. Make it a board game that's about combat. That'd be good. But it's not D&D. Speaking of things being all about combat, personally my favorite tabletop role-playing game, Earthdawn, I like basically everything about it better, but in this particular context of this conversation, it was good at making sure that things weren't all about combat, because some of the character classes were really good with social situations and non-combat things. And also, the game would reward you for avoiding combat. Like, you know how in D&D, you look at the monster manual, monsters have an XP value on them, right? Mm-hmm. In Earthdawn, the same thing, but if you come across a potential danger combat encounter or something, and you find a way to circumvent it and avoid it without fighting it, you get the XP for the monsters anyway. Because you tricked them, or you snuck past them, or, you know, you did something clever to avoid the fight. You still get the reward.
I just hate when they try to remove, like, role play from a role playing system. You know, it to me, when you make everything about combat, that's when you lose, like, all the fun. Because what's the point of making a character if it's just, oh, look, why don't I just play a game on why don't I play Legend of Zelda? I'll be getting the same thing out of it. Just combat, no role play.
Yeah.
You know?
Okay, so Larson says the Imiskar Empire was a magocracy. How do you pronounce that?
Mageocracy?
Yeah, something like that. An empire run by mages, basically.
Yeah.
That existed over 4,000 years before current time in the Forgotten Realms. Okay.
Yeah, I believe if I remember correctly, their empire, what they had like floating island cities.
That's
During
classic.
the fall, when their cities collapsed, they came crashing down and created a desert.
Oh no, yeah, that's Netheril.
Say again?
That's the Netheril. Different megacratic empire. Yeah, I know exactly who you're talking about. The Netherese. Yeah. That's totally a thing. That's totally a thing. It's just a different name.
No, the Netherese are up in like the far north with Neverwinter and such.
Well, they did have floating cities that did crash and create a desert, though.
Okay, so they are the same people. Okay. I know the orcs of the world have more of like pig-like faces and such, and live up in the spine of the world, whereas what most people consider orcs are just half orcs, spawn of the orcs that came from another dimension, which are what they typically see as orcs. You know, the
dimensional orcs. What is this, Warcraft?
No, they came from a different dimension. The gray, you know, like what you see is like gray orcs and such. You know, like the typical view of an orc. They're not from the Forgotten Realms world. They came through a portal. Yeah. What actually?
So they totally ripped off Warcraft then. Okay.
But there are actually orcs of the world. But the thing is what everybody in the masses typically think of an orc are half orcs from those guys, whereas actual orcs from Faerun, from the world of Faerun, are actually, you know, more pig-faced barbarians that live up in the spine of the world. You know, the spine being the mountain range, the dragon spine.
Right. Yeah.
They live up in that neck of the woods, and actually will make pacts with demons. That's where you get the Tanarooks and such.
Okay, yeah, orcs making pacts with demons. This is definitely Warcraft.
No, it's not World of Warcraft. They look very different.
I didn't say World of. I just said Warcraft.
It's not Warcraft.
Orcs under the controls of demons is from the first Warcraft game, way before it became World of.
Yeah, but this isn't Warcraft.
I know this. It just sounds exactly like it, though.
I know the Yanti and such are far to the south of.
Actually, it depends on when these details came out. Maybe Warcraft ripped them off.
Warcraft was around since I think the late 90s, early 2000s.
Around there.
Yeah. No, it was before the early 2000s, because early 2000s when they got World of Warcraft.
It was definitely before 2000, but I don't know about how much.
Yeah, they were basically those take-a-base type of games. But yeah, when it comes to the Faerun stuff, it's like, yeah, there's a lot of interest. It's probably one of the most fleshed out worlds of
D&D.
Yeah. Greyhawk.
Yeah, Forgotten Realms definitely is.
Yeah, Forgotten Realms is probably the most fleshed out. Greyhawk is probably the
second most.
No, I would consider it the second least fleshed out. The least fleshed out being Eberron. But I think their second most fleshed out.
That's because it's one of the newer ones.
I think their second most, though, would have to be Dragonlance.
I don't know if have they done much with Dragonlance in the last little while.
That was more of a thing back in the earlier editions, like first edition, second edition D&D.
Oh, Larson says Warcraft 1 was 1994 specifically.
Yeah,
that sounds about right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think I ever roleplayed in Dragonlance, but they had a really good bunch of novels though.
Yeah, that's where a lot of the Dragonlance stuff took off, was in the novels, and even Faerun, you know, the Forgotten Realms stuff took off in the novels with Dritz.
Yeah.
I've never seen anybody really give a shit about the Eberron novels or the Greyhawk novels.
I read one or two. I think I read at least one Eberron novel that was decent. Not amazing, but not bad. I just wish there were more Earth Dawn novels. Just goddamn, that's a good game. Uh-oh. Ah! Whoa! Nice, spitting magic. Ah! I really need to play Earthbound again. God damn, I missed that game. Get out of here. I win. Sucks that you don't get anything for that fight.
Well,
other than the fun of spanking a dragon. Alright, you can live. Alright, there's a hidden basement around here somewhere. I don't remember which part of the ruins it's in. It's around here somewhere, though. You know what, Oban, you should check out Earth Dawn. It's a great game. Forget about D&D. Upgrade your options. Let's see. A while back, they revealed that followers of Loth are actually a heretical minority of Drow, and there's been two kingdoms of good Drow living in secret on Faerun all along. I mean, I could see two societies of good Drow living there, but I don't know about like full on like, oh, there's two massive kingdoms that nobody ever noticed before.
Oh no. They the followers one of the major ones of the good Drow are the followers of Elistri.
Right.
And basically they keep themselves in secret, or they have colonies that are far away, but most of the Drow
there wouldn't be like full on kingdoms over them.
No, they're just like small colonies far away from the actual colonies of the Drow, because most of the Drow follow Loth, which in and of itself is the dumbest shit ever.
Yeah, Loth being a heretical minority, that seems weird.
Well,
Way to just throw away your previous canon, guys.
it's like these are people that worship the goddess of betrayal.
Right?
Well,
Like, I can easily believe that there was a different god before, and that
no.
betrayed that god, but...
No, here's the thing. Loth was originally the wife of the elf god Corellian. You know, the big elf god.
Okay, yeah.
She was originally his wife, but she grew jealous of his power and actually plotted to poison him.
And this has probably led to her becoming a spider, right?
She she nearly poisoned him if it wasn't for her own daughter, Elistri, protecting her father. And
okay.
as punishment, Loth was stripped of her divinity and thrown into the abyss, where she eventually became a demon. Loth, the demon goddess, as it were.
Yeah, that sounds pretty believable.
Basically, the elves that had followed her in rebelling against Corellian were punished by darkening their skin and throwing making the light of day harsh to them. That's why my drow have penalties in daylight.
Okay, yeah.
So they followed, but Elistri felt sympathy for the elves that had been punished and wanted to actually, because they were led astray by Loth.
Right.
So she left her father's side and all the other gods to help guide the drow away from Loth. And hence why Elistri is the thing. And
that sounds fair.
She is the daughter of Loth, and Loth is a bitch because all she does is betray everybody.
Oh, here it is. I found it. I found the hidden door. I should probably murder this man first. Alright, hidden door's right here. Yup.
I think Loth herself was the one who turned herself into that spidery form, sort of as a mockery of the fact that she like the Black Widow, betrayed her husband. Yeah, it's pretty fucked up. It's just like that's why you got
down here.
Out of all the elven gods, I think Elistri is probably the best of them because she gave up a lot to help people who had went and followed.
Oh, she's a sweetie pie.
Yeah. Although, funny enough, the only priest of her order are all women.
That's a bit sexist. Is it because she doesn't want male priests, or because male priests are just choosing Corellin instead?
No, it's literally that's the only people who are allowed to be to serve in her temple are priestesses.
Okay, never mind. Fuck that bitch.
Well, to be fair, the elven order, the drow order is matriarchal.
Yeah, so you'd think she'd be trying to dismantle that, wouldn't you?
I think it's viewed as more of like a purity thing, the female purity, because her symbol is
exactly my point.
Well, you do realize that Elistri's symbol for herself is literally a naked drow lady dancing in moonlight with the swords.
I mean, well, that's just that could be just her representing who she is, right?
I believe her priestesses actually do ceremonies and such naked in the moon.
Yeah, it's like the skyclad thing. But I'm just saying, like, that. Yeah, that doesn't mean that has to be her only priesthood. Like, that could just be herself.
It's not saying that anybody can't serve her. It's just like the only ones that are allowed to be priests in her order are the women.
Yeah, that's bigoted bullshit. Fuck her.
Yeah, and I think it's only drow women specifically. Yeah.
I mean, she's got to focus on saving the drow, so...
Honestly, a lot of the gods
Still.
are really screwed in the head.
I was in and then I was out.
Yeah, honestly, my favorite of the gods is well, there's two I actually I like out of the gods. One is I'm probably butchering this, like it's Yolanda or Yonola or something like that. She's basically the goddess of the halflings.
Okay.
And and the whole backstory behind her was interesting. It's basically like all the other gods have basically created their races, you know. And she basically was still trying to figure out what she wanted to do to create her race. So what did she do? She
Yandala.
took Yandala. Thank you. She basically took a little bit of the traits from the different children of the creations of the gods. Like she took some of the youthful beauty and longer lifespan of the elves. She took a bit of the sensibility and prosperity of humans. She took a little bit of the she took stuff from like all the others.
So in other words, she's basically like the perfect halfling goddess because she's like the mother cook. She's like made a stew to create her
Yes, and
a little bit of everything.
She made a stew a little bit out of everything, and of course she was stealing from everybody.
Perfect.
And
yeah, she sounds pretty cool.
And the other one I loved from the Faerun was Saloon. Because she really doesn't have temples per se.
Yeah, I guess outdoors, like you would worship her by being out in the moonlight, right?
No. Saluna, sorry. Saluna is the goddess of beauty, promiscuity, and all that.
No. That's Saloon is the goddess of the moon. You're thinking of
Saluna, the one with the red hair. I can't.
Soon, S-U-N-E.
Soon. That's the way. That's it. Sorry.
And no, Larson. Sheres is the evil goddess of lust and like I don't know, darkness or betrayal or something.
Soon you gotta look at her. She's a goddess of beauty and love and bards.
I don't know. Yeah, she's Aphrodite, basically.
Yes, it's the best way.
She's
to put it.
Hold on. Let me correct that. She's redhead Aphrodite.
Yes.
Even better.
What makes it so funny is like she doesn't really have many temples or anything. Like the most she really has, she may like have like 1 or 2 temples, and what she does have for like the places of worship are just like on like the corners of streets, or like these little buildings with just like a vanity mirror and some makeups and such, so you can
nice.
divvy yourself up. That's literally nice. her little prayer service with the.
Also, that's right. Shar is neutral evil, goddess of darkness. Sheres is goddess of sex and lust. Although I didn't realize she was chaotic good. I thought Sheres was also evil.
And what's always fun
I'm happy to be wrong about that, because the goddess of sex and lust should be on the side of good.
Honestly, one thing about Soon is, like, I swear, you ever talk to any of the priestesses of Soon, they sound like they're like almost offering themselves to you.
They almost are.
Yes. If you don't believe me, get the expansion Hordes of the Underdark from Neverwhere Nights. You actually, at the beginning, in the Yanti in the inn where the Yanti portal is, you do actually talk with the priestess of Soon. Char was messing with Sheres's head for a while, so she was temporarily evil. Okay, that's probably when I became aware of her, was during that period.
Sorry, go finish up. I just had to get that in there.
Ah, okay. I was like, you swear she's half hitting on you.
Oh, she definitely is. I mean, I think the way it goes is the priestesses of Soon sound like they almost want to sleep with you. The priestesses of Sharez do want to. I don't remember if I looked at the painting for this area, but one of those painting things is here around this area. It gives items I don't want, but I could sell. So I figured I'd check in while I'm here, but I don't think I've viewed the painting first, so I guess they're not showing up. That actually reminds me of, speaking of priesthoods and all this stuff, reminds me of one thing I thought was interesting in Earthdawn is that they don't have a priest-related class. Like, there's no cleric or anything. They do have religions in the world, but they're just a social thing. They're not part of, like, the character class structure. So that's kind of a different thing. Okay, where do I want to go next? Oh, I know what I want to do. Or at least could be useful to do. Was it over here? Yeah, let's go here. Gotta love a deity with the name the Revenancer. Curiensely. Oh, I've heard that name. What's her deal? I forget what her deal is. Revenancer sounds like a very ominous title, though.
Say River Dancer, all I think of is Michael Flatley with Riverdance.
Necromancy and Revenge, yeah. That's what Revenancer sounds like, yeah. This reminds me of Pathfinder. They have the 2 CRPGs out on Steam now. In was it in the first one, Kingmaker, there was a character you could get in your party. Because both games are good at, giving you a chance to play any alignment you want to, so there are party members that are good, neutral, and evil. One of the evil ones you could get in the first game was an undead elf of the Inquisitor class who was aligned with the goddess of death. She was interesting because she wasn't evil in the sense of like, oh, I like to hurt people, but she was evil in the sense of I want my revenge and I want to get shit done and I don't care what I have to do to get that done, kind of thing. And then the second game, Wrath of the Righteous, had an evil character that I really enjoyed because he was basically a super harsh motherfucker who was all about the greater good, but his alignment was evil because he would not like the Tau version of greater good, but like the actual greater good. Like, he was part of a group of people whose thing was that they were there to fight demons. Like, there was a demon invasion going on in that game, and everything this guy was about was about fighting the demons. And he would be as harsh and merciless as he had to his own troops to get shit like that done. So he was lawful evil, but it was all to oppose demons and save the world from demons. He was a really interesting character.
Sorry, when you said the greater good, all I could think of was Hot Fuzz. The greater good.
I don't remember that part of that movie. It's been a little while.
Oh, it's like anytime after the reveal of who were the ones killing everybody and such. It's like anytime someone said the greater good, like you would have a copy of him just going, the greater good.
That was a fun movie.
Yeah.
Double stabbed. But yeah, I like any story that has a character whose alignment is evil, but it's not necessarily because of just selfishness or like psychoticness. It's like something more nuanced than that. And both of the games did a pretty good job of that. Both of the Pathfinder computer games. I'm really looking forward to their 40K game that's coming up. Have you seen anything about that? Do you know what I'm talking about there, Ramadan?
No, I'm...
So the company that made the 2 Pathfinder computer games are called Owlcat Studios. Or Owlcat Games, or something Owlcat. They are now making a Warhammer 40K game called Rogue Trader. Which I don't know a whole lot about, other than what the name implies, but I am really looking forward to it, because their Pathfinder games were great.
Honestly, I've never been a Warhammer 40K person.
That's alright. Everybody makes mistakes.
No, I've just never been a fan of it.
I've never done the wargaming like the minute... Well, I've done a little bit, but I've never really got into it. But I love the lore, and there's some really good video games based around it. Whoops.
I need someone to start up a D&D game so I can...
Need some of that. Yeah.
We should so do a stream of just playing D&D.
Oh, if I'm doing a role-playing stream, it's gonna be Earth Dawn.
Earth Dawn?
Yep.
I do not know that game.
Well, that's why I said earlier you should check it out.
What's the story in the game?
It's a fantasy setting like D&D, but with a bit more of a magic level to it. But the easiest way to explain it is what Larson just said. It depends on whether or not you know. Do you know what Shadowrun is?
Just tell me what Shadowrun is.
Okay, if you don't already know, then that just makes it harder.
I've heard the name, but I'm just if
no, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. If you don't know, then it doesn't matter. But basically, it takes place on Earth, Earth Dawn takes place on Earth, about 7,000 years ago, roughly. In a way that turned out to be weirdly topical now, because it takes place in Ukraine, or at least what we now call Ukraine. It's fun though, because the game doesn't actually tell you that, but if you look at the map and line it up with a map of Ukraine, it fits. But there's little differences, like the Black Sea is not full of water, it's full of lava.
So basically, you're saying kind of it's basically
high magic ancient Earth, sort of.
So you're saying it's the Hyborian Age of Conan,
but more magic and even longer ago. But you know, something along those lines, ish.
Like how much longer ago is there possibly Conan? The Hyborian Age of Conan was set into like basically like right at the ass end of caveman and civilization.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe yes then, because this is like roughly 5,000 BC for Earth Dawn.
Yeah, the Hyborian Age of Conan is way before that. It's
okay.
like that's before the Bronze Age.
I think 5,000 BC is before the Bronze Age as well, isn't it? I don't remember when that is though specifically. I was never great at history.
But yeah.
Hey, Jer. Long time no see. We were just talking about Earth Dawn a little bit. Fun fact. Oh, hold on. Oops. I got deaded. Fun fact, when I first discovered the existence of Earth Dawn, it was at a gaming shop with 2 friends of mine. One of which was Mnemonic Overlord in chat right there. In fact, when we first bought the book, I don't think any one of us had enough money on us individually, so we pooled our money and owned the book 3 ways. Yes, I know. Death by rat. Very shame. Much embarrass.
Creatures of Earth Dawn.
Oh, another fun angle to Earth Dawn. It's basically Hyboria meets Lovecraft, because there's essentially a Lovecraftian horror angle going to in the back of the story as well.
Hyborian Age did have Lovecraftian stuff in it.
There you go.
Yeah, the author of the Conan books and H.P. Lovecraft did know each other and were kind of friends.
Nice. By the way, Jer, have you checked out 4th edition of D&D yet? Or not D&D, of Earth Dawn yet? Where's my book? That's not conveniently at hand. 4th edition is pretty neat. Although the book size is very strange. No, Larson, that has nothing to do with anything I said.
What did he say?
That it's only interesting because it's the prequel to Shadowrun. No.
I've heard Shadowrun before, but what is Shadowrun?
So Shadowrun is... It's a game that happens like a few decades in the future of Earth. It's basically Cyberpunk plus magic.
Oh, that's
like,
why
remember the Cyberpunk game that came out?
That's probably why I've never played it. I've never been a real fan of Cyberpunk.
But in the overall story, it's in Shadowrun is that just as technology was starting to get up to the point of like cybertech and all that kind of stuff, cybernetics, basically magic started to return to the world as well, because there's like a long up and down flow of magic in the world, and in Shadowrun it's just coming back. And in Earth Dawn, it's still at its previous peak, which takes approximately 7,000 years to happen for it to go from the peak down to the bottom, and then start to come back up again. So they had that interesting thing in that both games were created by the same developer, and both games were connected in the story. But now, now they don't have the intellectual rights to Shadowrun anymore, but they liked having that connection, so they made a new game to keep that connection. So they have a new game now called 1879. So it's basically the return of magic having happened in the year 1878 instead. So you got like Victorian era adventure stuff going on, which I think is more interesting. Plus, it uses the same game mechanics that Earth Dawn uses, which are better than the Shadowrun ones. And yet, but in Shadowrun you have CEOs of major corporations that are dragons, because of course they like to hoard wealth and stuff, right?
Mm.
You just know Bobby Kotick is secretly an evil dragon. Elf deckers, trolls with heavy machine guns, yep. Elf shamans. I always liked the lore of Shadowrun, I just never liked the game mechanics of it. Which is why I like 1879 better. Plus they have Weird Scientist as a class name, and so that's always fun too. Basically, people who try to understand magic as a science, and so they build magic items instead of casting spells. Sorry, you were about to say, Omadon?
I'd love to play a classic D&D game where zombies and shit are not the main thing. I played way too many of them where they always devolve into we're fighting undead. Yay!
Certainly happens a lot, yeah.
Yeah, I just get so tired. It's like I just want a classic fantasy where I'm not dealing with undead as the big theme. And way too many people use the undead as the big theme for D&D. Or they'll just use the damn one-shot books, and I hate that.
Oh, the pre-made adventures? Yeah.
Yeah, I hate that. I just like... I want to play... someone be creative, make a world. I'm creative. I will make characters that are fun for that world.
I believe that. You would. You were good at that.
Yeah.
You do artwork for them, too.
Yeah. I got one right at the top of my head. A young dragon pissed off the wrong wizard. The wizard punished him by turning him into a goblin, although the wizard, trying to punish a young red dragon, didn't quite successfully fully make him look like a goblin. There are a few features still there of a dragon, but for all intents and purposes, he is a goblin. Just a very unusual looking goblin.
That would be so humiliating, being a goblin that remembers being a dragon, but can't be anymore.
Yeah. Being a dragon stuck in the body of a goblin. Being mocked by goblins makes it even worse. And you're just on a revenge kick against that wizard. Meanwhile, that wizard knows you're after him, so he's always on the move. Because he does not want to fuck with a dragon that's got an agenda, even if it's been turned into a goblin. He does not want to take the chance that dragon figures out how to change himself back and fuck him up.
Oh yeah, that'd be bad. But yes, the Harebrained Studios Shadowrun video games were... I really like those. Oh, but you said you don't really like cyberpunk stuff, so you probably wouldn't like them, but I thought they were pretty fun.
Mainly because cyberpunk, like, the only type of cyberpunk anybody ever does is, like, Blade Runner type cyberpunk. And it's just like...
Yeah, this kind of fits that, to a degree.
It's like, I'm more of, like, cyberpunk in Star Wars type of cyberpunk.
They don't... I wouldn't say that Star Wars is cyberpunk, even.
There is a lot of cyberpunk. There's a lot of,
I mean, there's cybernetic stuff, but I don't think it's punk. The punk, like... It's a different thing. There's relationships between them, but I don't think it's the same. I don't think it fits into the same category.
It does if you go to certain areas of Star Wars, like...
Oh, sure.
Lower levels of Coruscant.
Okay, yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, there are parts of the Star Wars galaxy that do cyberpunk.
Sure, yeah. They've got a lot of subsets of stuff in there, yeah.
Yeah. If you go to the Jedi, you have more of your fantasy mysticism and such. If you go with like the Republic troopers or Imperial troops or whatever, it's like you got your more militaristic type of stuff. If you go out
I don't know how I can even see the world past this arrow in my chest right now.
if you go into like the outer reaches, you know, you're not in the core or the settlement worlds, but you're out in the sticks like Tatooine and such planets. Then you got more Western type of theme going.
Kinda, yeah. So, hello, Kai. Do you have a nice frothy bread in a mug available?
And there's always so much fun to play around with when it comes to that stuff.
Yeah, they've been pretty good about having a lot of different sub-themes available. Alright, I gotta get my drink as well, Kai. Sorry to get up there, Elden. I need to go a break for just a second, but it'll be literally a minute, so I won't be gone long.
How dare you.
Feel free to continue your thought because the people and myself will still be able to hear you.
Yeah, and so as I was saying, it's the when you got out in the sticks, you got more of that Western feel, and I do like being able to play something that's not human. That's one thing I have a gripe about with a lot of fantasy is most people play human or human like characters, and that bores me. It's like being something that's very unhuman looking is more interesting to me. See, like case in point, Star Wars. Like, hey, I'll play a hut. I'll play a hut. That'll be fun because it's not human looking. And it's interesting because you gotta look at the hut culture and how the huts are. Play a younger hut and be kind of interesting. Maybe you have like a ship crew, or even better, play a droid. There's some fun things you can do by just like playing more of like the screwier races, because there's certain mentalities and stuff that those races have and whatnot that makes it interesting. And same with like D&D. It's more fun to play the races that are not like elves, humans, dwarves, gnomes, halflings, because those are all like so basically the same thing. Oh, it's an elf. Oh, it's a human with a pretty human with pointy ears. What's a dwarf? A shorter, hairier human. What's a gnome? A really short human. What's a halfling?
Well, I've got
really
good news for you. Earthdawn has some very exotic races to choose from. In that case, they have those ones. No, they have humans, elves, dwarves, and orcs, but they also have trolls, Skrang, which are basically dinosaur lizard men. Think like imagine if a what were those big water ones? The Plesiosaurus, like the ones that are like Nessie.
Plesiosaur.
Plesiosaur. Imagine if a plesiosaur decided it wanted to be a people instead. So basically a plesiosaur anthro, kind of. And then they've got windlings. They've got windlings, which are basically little like 1 to 2 foot tall fairies. And they've got something called Nabsidaman, which is basically like an 8 foot tall person made of rocks.
So basically, a Goliath.
Let me get you some pictures.
Yeah, just show me all the races.
Yeah. Okay.
Do they have your typical ones like goblins and such, or is it just these races?
Well, this is the player races. There's no goblin race, but. Let me see if I can find something that just has all of them, pictures of all of them. Oh, this is just descriptions. Come on. Alright, I'll just search them one at a time. Well, in any case, I'll skip humans, dwarves, and elves because we all know what those look like. The orcs are a little bit different from the typical, but not hugely. So yeah, so like here's a good Earthdawn orc. A little bit tusky, but not crazy different. Oh, on the stream.
Oh, I'm not watching your stream.
Well, I can't really show you then. Actually, maybe because you can't watch it through Discord either, right?
Hold on, let me.
I'm only here for a moment, but I need to explain the katana and axe comment for Larson.
Oh, while you're here, Clinkies, friend, happy beer day.
Clinkies, yay, beer day,
Clink,
etc. So, today in this particular part of the world, it's a fantastic holiday. It's 420. I've been smoking my brains out, and I got a little bit musical.
Oh?
So I plugged my axe and electric guitar into my katana, which is my amplifier, plugged that into my computer, and I've been recording music.
Oh, cool.
So that's literally like axe, katana, etc. That's it. I'm just a music nerd. I've been fingering my G-string all day.
Lewd.
Okay, I just pulled up your stream.
All right.
Your beer animation's still going. Anyway, I got to bump back out.
That's true.
But there you go. There's the
all right,
explanation.
cool. Very nice.
There's a cat. Bobbing its head.
Oops, I pushed the wrong thing. That's my cat jam. There we go. Where's a really good orc troll picture here? Actually, this is a good combo picture. I'll bring that up. But aside from that, it's a pretty good troll.
Basically, trolls are like classic medieval troll, classic fantasy pictures of a troll, not the D&D troll.
Right, yeah. Okay, so orc is similar to D&D orc, but maybe a little more tusky. Maybe.
So not
troll
the
is
classic,
what you said.
Not the classic orc.
Not the pig type one. Yeah, the troll.
So I'm guessing the trolls have lion tails.
This is too small.
And some horns.
The trolls have bigger tusks and they got horns. Yeah, let me see. Ironically, or perhaps fittingly, too small to see very well. But yeah, the windling is basically think of something halfway between an elf and a fairy.
A pixie.
Kind of a pixie-like. They got like dragonfly wings. They're like a foot tall, and you can play them.
They're
fairy. They are the best mages in the game. And potentially maybe the best archers because while they don't have the best damage output, they have great aim and they are hard to escape from because the way they fly around. God damn it, why do I keep finding these bad little tiny pictures? Yes. Yeah, the Obsidian Man, basically big guy made of rock. They're fun to play because they've got natural armor and the Scrang. Right, here's a good picture for the Scrang. So like a Saurid man, kind of a dino person. So there's some pretty exotic races to be able to play. Yeah. Also, speaking of like how a lot of these D&D settings have like the demographics are almost always primarily human in all these places, and there's on it's dwarves are the primary, most popular, not popular, but the biggest demographic because the game takes place in a dwarven kingdom. And here's a little combo picture of like all the races. Like this little windling is basically barely any bigger than the Obsidian Man's head. He can ride around on the guy's shoulder.
So the trolls, they're just basically the typical Scandinavian troll.
More or less. More or less. They're like 7 to 8 feet tall.
Hairy, horns, lion tail.
Yep. No tail. The only race with a tail is the Scrang. The Saurid guys. But yeah. This is the game I like very much, and they got some cool races to play. The Obsidian Men are the strongest race because they are stone, but the Trolls are the second strongest. Very strong. Big boys. Also, it's a fun game because, well, I guess D&D is like this now, but in the past, D&D and other games would have a limitation of not every race could be every class. And Earthdawn was one of the first games that I'd played, at least anyway, to get rid of that. So you can have a troll or an Obsidian Man who is a wizard or something. So you're like, oh, I'm going to go stab the wizard. He's going to be weak. Then he just, like, crushes you with a fist that's bigger than your head. So I suppose I should be saying it's more of a Ukrainian troll, because that is the part of the world it's in.
Honestly, pretty much the only thing that doesn't have a human feature is the scrying. All of them are pretty much you're playing a human.
Yeah, well, variations on human-ish. The scrying and the Obsidian Man are definitely the least human of them all.
The Obsidian Man is just basically a human with a pointy head.
Yes, because humans are made of rocks. You're talking about body shape, though. I know.
Yeah.
All right, how many of these things do I have lit? One. Oh my god, I'm missing a bunch of these still. Okay. So the thing with this area is we've got these 8 little stone plinth things here. Some of them are on fire, some of them are not. I have to go around and find copies of them around and light fires around this zone to light all of these. It looks like I'm missing 5. Once I get all those set up, I get an optional boss that I can fight. It's one of my favorite bosses in the game. So I want to try to do that. Another thing that's amusing about Earthdawn is one of the primary antagonists in the game, other than the Lovecraftian horrors, is Atlantis. Except they're not called Atlantis, but they totally are. So there's a faction. There's a faction in this game that comes from, basically there's an island nation, speaking of magocracies, that is ruled over by powerful wizards. That's called Thera. And Jer, you know what? Actually, you know what? I don't think I have a chance to tell you this before, Jer. I actually had a chance to interview the guy who works at FASA Games that's in charge of Earthdawn. We talked about Earthdawn stuff on a stream once a while ago, and he confirmed it. Thera is Atlantis. It's canon.
Oh my god. I'm sorry. So does that mean anybody who's from Thera is a Theran?
Yes.
Think about that word for a second.
I don't get it. You need to explain this one to me.
Therans are people who think they have animal spirits in them.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay. Interesting. But yeah. So they're an island. You have to think about the geography. Like I said, the game takes place in the southern part of Ukraine. Now, on the map, if you look at the southwest part of the map, there's the corner of a body of water. And Thera is supposed to be an island nation out in that body of water, you know, a ways. Now, if you look at a map of Earth, what major body of water is southwest of Ukraine? It's the Aegean Sea. Mm-hmm. Now, there's one particular island in the Aegean Sea that currently goes by a different name, but it used to go by the name Thera in real life. And that particular island, at one point centuries ago, I think, suffered a catastrophic volcanic eruption, and half of it is now underwater. Mm-hmm. This is the real-life event that inspired the legend of Atlantis. Mm-hmm. And that island was called Thera. And now we have a game that takes place 7,000 years ago, with a powerful island nation that calls itself Thera, before it sank. So it hasn't become the Legend of Atlantis yet, but it is totally Atlantis. You know, or will become called that later. So they're one of the main villains of the game. So that's kind of neat. Also, isn't that related to the story of why Poseidon sunk Atlantis? Was because they got too advanced and powerful and he punished them for their hubris kind of thing?
At least according to Plato.
Right. So this fits into that too. They like to send military groups in once in a while to take slaves. Especially orcs. They really like orc slaves. Probably because they have a short lifespan. So they don't have to feed them too long. I guess. I don't know. So, orcs rising up against slavers is a major part of the storyline in many ways as well. Actually, that's also that interview with the guy from FASA is also when I learned that the game was in Ukraine. I'd found something online about somebody having that theory, but the guy from FASA confirmed it. So that was pretty nice. Yeah, I just really like the setting. The artwork in the books is really good. The game mechanics are very interesting. A lot of good flavor to the setting. One fun detail with that Scrane class, or race I was talking about, the Saurid people. They are very aquatic. They like they can't breathe underwater or anything, but their culture is all like their villages and stuff are all on riverbanks. And they love to swim. They don't have necessarily like any statistical benefit to being better swimmers than anybody else, but their culture just really likes to live around water. And they've even got underwater farms. Because they have elementalists in their cultures who can cast spells to temporarily breathe underwater, and then they go down and they set up underwater farms. And they do a lot of river boating.
River boating, river dancing, everybody's on the river.
Yeah. And they have a very thirst for adventure and kind of an attitude towards life. They're very swashbuckling type of people.
Cavalier.
Yes. Okay. I need to remember where the hell these other plinths are. I would love to fight this optional boss today because it is super cool. But I'm drawing a blank on the locations of the other ones I'm missing. Is that one? That might be one there. Ah, ball lightning. No! Ow! Don't tase me, bro. Yeah. Good night, Larson. It's hard to say orcs taking slavery over death. Yeah, I burns well. But yes. Elf used to be its own class in the first D&D. Yes. Basically, all the classes you're used to are things that humans did, and then elf, dwarf, and halfling were classes. Dwarf was basically a fighter. Elf was a fighter mage. And halfling was a thief. Because of course, right? Of course. Oh, there's one over there. As well as more ball lightning. Stay away from that. Yeah. Ah. Also, I really like how Earthdawn does the whole knowing something's true name gives you power over it concept. I missed every single one of those guys.
So basically, it just stole from the Earthsea books.
Well, no, because that's something that has just been a concept in human mysticism for a long time. But basically, when you find a magic item, you can't just pick it up and use it, or even just meditate on it and use it. You have, if you want to use a magic item, you have to learn its name before you can start using its magic. So you have to sort of, and then you can improve your connection to it and improve its magic by learning more about it. So you have to study and learn about the history of these things to really tap into their magic well, and I thought that was a pretty neat idea. You can't just pick up Excalibur and then suddenly you've got all this magic sword power going on. You gotta learn about it. Which gives you some side quests, you know? It's an adventure hook. I always liked that about Earthdawn, the way they actually incorporate that into the rules. Alright, let me see. I got 2 more plinths to find. God, where the hell are they? Is this one, or does it just look similar? It's one. Okay, so there's missing one more. Don't think this is one. No. Where the hell is it? I know there's one up there, but I got that one, I think. Yes, I did. Okay. And for anybody who's actually very familiar with Shadowrun, it can be interesting looking at the 2 games, because even though the game mechanics are very different, you can, for example, read about how magic works in Shadowrun and then read about how magic works in Earthdawn, and even if the dice mechanics are different, you can look at the story lore behind the magic in both settings, and it lines up in theme pretty well. Like in both games, you're taking energy from astral space and pulling it through your body and shaping it into an effect. The difficulty I have is finding people who like to DM and know Earthdawn. I know very few people who like to DM, period. And then they don't know Earthdawn. So, it's a bit of a pickle.
Pickly.
Prickly.
You can always try roll 20.
Sure, but also I would prefer to roleplay with people I know as well. Although that does make it harder on me to find people. It's partially my own fault for being picky, I guess, but I don't know. Especially if I'm gonna hope to maybe stream something like that at some point. I would not want to be I would not want to be doing that with strangers, because who knows who's gonna end up in your stream then.
Naughty, naughty.
Burnswell says he saw a D&D game where Excalibur was a barbarian weapon, a two-handed maul with a rock head and a sword for a handle. Somebody's been playing Bloodborne. They did that. It wasn't Excalibur, but they did the sword hammer combo. Which is fun because you can switch back and forth between either style. Reminds me of that computer game that came out a few years ago, Control. They had basically a morphing weapon that used to be many different things, and one of the things it used to be was Excalibur, and another thing it used to be was Mjolnir. So in their storyline, Excalibur and Mjolnir were the same object in different time periods. Which is an interesting idea. It's like a generic weapon of legend that changes form to suit the mythology that it's in. Yeah. This place is so narrow and small.
I think I'm going to... I need to go and get some food in me.
All right, you enjoy, sir?
I'm trying to like nod, and I'm not meaning to nod. It's just I need something in my stomach to keep me from nodding. I'm sorry.
Well, food is needed for survival, so you go and get some. Yeah, have a good one, sir.
My fuel source is low.
Yeah, no, that's fair. You go do something about that.
Yeah.
Have a good one.
Take care, everybody. Sorry if I'm leaving early or if I annoyed you with my dulcet tones of horrible voice.
It's all good.
Oh, that popped.
Actually, yeah, Burnswell, that's a good point. I would not want to be wearing a helmet like this in a narrow space like that in a real situation. You'd be very screwed.
How would you like it if you were wearing that and you just got your head just got stuck and you just got yanked off your steed and you're just sitting there hanging by your head?
I can just hear the spine pop and like the body just hanging there limp and dead.
No. Like you had a chin strap, so you're just hanging there by your helmet.
True, but I mean, if you're going fast enough, you could easily break your own neck doing that. That would be very dangerous. All right.
I'm thinking more cartoon-wise, how funny that would be.
I know. That too.
You just sit there with your weapons.
Yeah.
Like 2 feet off the ground, just hanging there.
Oh yeah. That'd be awkward. Okay. Let me think. Let me try it. There's another section of this area that might have the thing. I don't remember if it's up there or not. But there's another section we haven't looked at that we'll get to through a teleporter over here. Which is why I've been careful not to rest at any grace sites recently. Because I've cleared out the archers in this area, and I want it to stay that way. Having snipers posted all over the place makes exploration a little difficult. So it's this one that we saw earlier that I didn't use. You know, though, Jerry, if we ever did set up a campaign this time of day on this day of the week, like Thursday nights around this time would probably be the day to go for it after I finished whatever other game I was doing. I would think. I don't know what your availability is like, but you're here, so I must be okay. You know, I have to say, another thing in Earthdawn's favor, it's got one of the best spells I've ever heard of in any game ever. There's an illusion spell in Earthdawn called Fun with Doors, where you can just make door-related illusions to fuck with people. You can make a door appear to be where there isn't one, or you can take a door that does exist and make it invisible, or make it look like it's open when it's actually closed, or just mess with people. Good times. Excuse me, gentlemen. I'm here for your loot. Camera did not like that at all. Alright, you guys got a stone plinth hiding around here anywhere? Anywhere? I don't think there is, but I'm at least getting a little bit of loot. Actually, wait, is there a teleporter back down as well? I don't remember. I could do a fast travel, but that counts as resting, so all of the archers would respawn. I don't want to do that if I don't have to. I might have to get back out of here, though. So I think that teleporter was a one-way thing. Yeah, it looks like it was. Alright, we'll just finish exploring up here a little bit before we resign ourselves to dodging snipers again. I think there was a thing here, yeah. Also, I have to be careful because there's an optional boss up here that I don't want to piss off right now. Oh, I can get back down this way. Okay. Let's do that. Where the hell is this last plinth? Maybe it's farther over this way. Oh wait, are these guys back? Oh shit. Well, this is probably the best way to investigate anyway. I wonder if using the teleporter respawn people. That's possible. Don't shoot me. Ah. The arrow is bigger than I am. Yeah. Okay, well, turned out not to be the archers that killed me after all. At least not by themselves. Well, at least I didn't spawn far away. Get my lost stuff. The hell? Yeah. Alright, I want to check over here. I can't remember if there's a plinth over here. No. Okay. Where else might the bloody thing be? Well, maybe let's just re-clear this section. Oh, there goes that goat. Rolling off to a new adventure. Oh, you almost got me, pal. Too bad for you. Yeah, I'd say the Earthbound trolls look almost more like these guys than anything else. Just big, beefy fuckers. Got that one, I got that one. Oh, I think I remember where the one I'm missing is now. Have some crazy fire, motherfuckers. That is a very beefy AoE, I enjoy that. Big explosion. I think the one I'm missing is ironically actually very close to the boss itself. Gotcha. So, Jared, what was your favorite discipline from Earth Dawn? I think I always liked the Neithermancer quite a bit. I think that's the plinth I'm missing right there. Oop. Ah! I've been pincered. Pincer ambush. Ha! Oh, stab your foot off. Sky Raider was also a lot of fun, too. It's basically a barbarian. Yeah, this is the one. The one that I was missing, and it's practically right next to the damn place. Beastmaster was interesting. I don't think I ever played one. Well, the Cavalryman was neat, too, because they could have, like, a ghost horse. Well, actually, it didn't even have to be a horse, but it's like a ghost mount. Scout's neat too. Good mix of combat and stealth. Hey guy, you missed. I'm over here. Okay. We should now have access to the optional boss. Oops. Ah. Yeah. Those down attacks are so good. Actually, having a windling cavalryman was always pretty funny, I thought, because they're just teeny little guys, so you'd have like a little teeny fairy flying around on like the back of a dragonfly or a crow or something. Or like a big lizard. They can grow little claws out of their hand to slash you with. No, that was Beastmaster, not Cavalryman. Oh yeah, Jared, that's a nice thing they put up in 4th edition. If you're playing a discipline and one of your main abilities is a talent that requires karma to use it, then you don't actually have to require the karma. The karma requirement is only for other people if it's not their main class thing. So for example, Claw Shape for Beastmaster always said required karma before. But if you're playing a Beastmaster in 4th edition, you can opt to not spend the karma on it. But if a different person learns it, say for example, a human uses their versatility to learn Claw Shape even though they're a, I don't know, wizard or something, they have to use karma. But the Beastmaster does not have to, because they get the choice. Look at this thing. Like this cool, like, tribal spirit animal thing, but it's all like emaciated and corrupted. God, it's cool. This game is very pretty. Oh, I tried to stab your butt, but I missed. Story of my life. Ah, you jerk. You dodged my madness. Well then. You were just way too good at avoiding that. I'm gonna stop trying to use it. Ah, dodge too slow. Look, the Pixie's riding a squirrel in Willow. Yeah, exactly. Ow, my face. So this guy's not a super strong boss, but he's just so cool. And I almost die the instant I say that. He's not that strong. Almost dead. Alright. Got that done. Okay. So we're finished with... Oh no, we're not completely finished with this section because now I can go do the other optional boss, which... This one will probably kill me. But, then again, it's the type of boss we fought already. So it's not like a big revelation, but we'll check it out. I gotta level first, though. So I got all these runes I'm risking here. Okay. Not sure I can level again. Actually, what do I have for upgrade stones? I don't have the Somber 6 yet, that's the problem. How many consumable things do I have here? Let's see, I need just under 30,000 to level, huh? How much are these worth? 3,800. Okay, so I'll use all of these. I did not expect that to be that much. I did not do the math right on that. You know what? Screw it. Let's go back to Round Table Hold and level up properly. Okay, so to level twice, I'll need about 60,000. Let's sell things until we get to about 60,000, maybe 61,000.
Well, I took you for no matter it's out your own.
Actually, first, let me just double check. I don't have enough of these either. Okay. Okay, let's see what we can do about getting that extra level up here. Almost there. Let's see. That might be enough.
Back no matter.
No. Okay. So we should be able to level twice. And if not, we can just pop an item and get there. There we go. Alright, now I got 1,500 left. I don't mind risking that on this boss. If I die and lose that, oh well. So we gotta get back to this teleporter over here. And then we can fight one of those giant dragon zombie things again. Dragon man zombie. Whatever the hell you want to call it. I forget what the game calls it. Ah! I got hacking ambushed. Hambushed. Trogdor? Zombie Trogdor, kinda. Okay, it's just over here, I think. Let's stay on foot for now, so I don't piss off 10 snipers. Targeting the wrong guy, I don't care about the animal. It's interesting that that guy didn't even have full health when we came at him, like he'd already fought something else before us. I wonder what it was. It definitely wasn't Trogdor the Burninator, because then he wouldn't be alive. Alright, so if we go over here, a motherfucker will appear. Oh no, he's just already here. He'll just wake up. Hello, sir. I killed your brother. Uh-oh. I hath overextended. I like how he hit me right as I used the potion. And did almost the exact same amount of damage. So it's just like nothing happened. Ow. Ow. God damn it. Wasting all my potions, you dick. This is a rather poor showing of it, I must say. Good thing I have a lot of potion uses nowadays. Alright, if you want to do that, I can finally summon my pet then. How do you like that? Ah, stabbed right in the knee. Ah, on the bottom of the foot. Ow. Ah, show feet. I did not think I was going to win that for a little while there. That was not going super well. Okay. So we're done with that now. We probably should go after Radagon one of these days. Before that, you know what? Let's fight the weirdo over in this area that I've been avoiding. Weirdo in the cackling old lady village. Excuse me, miss. Excuse me. Have any of you seen where the evil Slinky boss is? Have you heard about our Lord and Savior, the Frenzy Flame? Just here to wreck your little spring flower festival. Thank you for the human bone shard. That's what I needed, was the shard of a crazy old lady's bones. That really tops the day off for me. Alright, amazing evil slinky man. Let's fight. Uh-oh, here we go. Now he's slinky time. Slinky mode activate. Luca, hello sir. Welcome, welcome. What have you been up to, sir? Ah, fuck. I got blendered. Yeah. Whew. That was lucky. I thought I was gonna get hit there. And there. Oh, stabbed right in the kneecap. Take that, evil slinky. You just finished DAI. Nice. You excited for the next one, Luca? Decapitation! Yes. Need Jack Black in here to cheer me on. Okay, where else can we go? Still don't think I'm ready for what's his face over there yet. I guess it's Radagon time. Actually, how much? Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna... Actually, no, before I go back to the ground table hold, let me get access to the proper waypoint over here. Actually, this might be it already. Okay, round table hold. Level up one more time. Make sure I don't have any runes to speak of to lose. Need 32,000. Okay. So I'm gonna get myself to 32,000, spend it, and then we can get reckless. Alright. Let's get dangerous. Hey, look, thank you for the bits, sir. Appreciated. Wait, where? Oh, yeah, there's Alexander. Okay. Hey, bud. Milady? I like your glowing hand.
The stars have aligned. The festival is nigh. General Radon, mightiest demigod of the Shattering, awaits you. Champions, prepare.
All right, enough of your speech. I want to talk now.
Before we begin, allow me to paint you the full picture. General Radon is cursed ever to wander. Eaten from the inside by Melania's scarlet rot, his wits are long gone.
Radagon, aka Starscream, if he had any balls, yeah.
Foes alike, gorging on them like a dog.
I love all those like standards and spears stabbed into his back. Not as cursed as his horse. Yeah, poor little horse. Although I like the actual lore reason for why this tiny little emaciated horse can carry this massive, huge guy. Because during the fight, you'll notice that there's actually purple glows around Radagon's legs. Purple glows are the color of gravity magic in this game. So he's using gravity magic to make himself lighter so that his horse can actually carry him. Kind of a neat touch. I don't know how well this is gonna go, but fuck it, let's give it a try. No, look, Radagon is not a Chad. Radagon is a Giga Chad. He's totally Sigma grind lifestyle. Actually, wait, no. Being on the horse is a bad idea here. Yeah. Yeah. Right, now we horse it. Now we horse it up. The melee is joined. Heck. Okay. People are dropping. It's time to get reinforcements. Reinforcements. Where's the summon signs? They're around here somewhere. Come on, guys, where are you? Where the hell are they? Here's some. Uh-oh. Ow. Ow. Still got him to about half. That went better than I thought. I have to pee though, so I'll be right back. Okay. Attempt number 2. That one didn't go too badly overall. Ah. Shooting gravity balls at me, how rude. Alexander, I need you. Some crazy ass arrows, my boy. Missed. Missed again. Ah. We got a few men down. Let's get reinforcements. Oh, that was close. Like 700 runes that I dropped. Not a big deal, but I'll grab them since I'm there anyway. Anybody else? Here's one. Ah. Damn it. Panic rolling didn't work. I think we might have a chance to give it a little bit more of a try. If not, we can go do something else, but I'm going to try it a little bit more. I can do some decent damage to him. It's just hard to land the attacks, because the guy's so dangerous to be near. Ah. Heck. That hoits. I love how someone patches, he almost immediately leaves. What a coward. Of course that's not going to work. Oh. Okay. Run! Run like a motherfucker! Run! Here he comes! Yo! Starscream ass motherfucker. Alright, I need reinforcements. I need distractions to keep him from attacking me as much as he would otherwise. Okay. Came in like a wrecking ball. Exactly. I don't know when these things are going to launch at me. I'm scared. Ah! Oh, here they come. Ah, heck. Fuck. Ah. Boo. That one was going better, too. Boo. Alright, we're gonna try again. I always started the dodger because it doesn't always hit the thing. The thing doesn't always get in the way. Ow. I got rocks all over his swords now. Gravity magic's weird. Alright. Gotta run. That spot is about to explode. Meow. Boom. Alright. Reinforcements. I need more fodder. Oh, shit. Yeah. I'm a little bit amazed I survived that. Thought that gravitation was going to screw me over. Get him, Alexander. God, those rocks make me nervous. Here we go. Right in the junk. Ah. Should have gone for reinforcements again. That was close, though. That was real close. And yeah, Burnsville, I think everybody feels too sorry for the horse to attack it. I agree. I definitely feel very bad about poor Artorias' doggo. I forget her name. Sif. Poor Sif. Ow. Ah, fuck. Failed to dodge that one. Oh no, I lost my 700 souls. Good thing I spent that stuff before I came in here. Those gravity arrows really hit like a truck. It's like you gotta dodge your way through a shooting gallery to get to this guy. You really get a sense of speed, though, when you dodge that thing. It just goes right over top of you. You really feel it. I thought that was going to hit me. I thought I dodged too soon. The timing's actually harder when you're up close to him. Because when you're at a distance, you have time to see it coming at you. You can judge the speed. Bye, Patches. Worthless piece of junk. No, Alexander. Get up. Well, I got some good damage before he flew off. Alright, dodge, 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 dodge. Now. Okay, reinforcements drive. Let's go recruiting. You like that, Luca? Oh, too far. Release the rocks, asshole. I'm not going into melee with you until those rocks are gone. There we go. No. Haha, sucker. He killed himself on that one. I noticed his health was super low, so as soon as he pulled me in with the gravity, I just stabbed him right in the dick. Good point, Luca. That's been 2 kneecapitation kills. In a row. Decapitation. The red mock was made on the map. Actually, I don't think they did that before. Is that a new... So basically this here is where that star fell. I don't think they used to do that, because I remember being very confused about where it was the first time I played this. Okay. 2 more levels. Getting diminishing returns there. Let's start doing more endurance again, so I can get some better armor on. Can I go back to this yet? No. Not yet. Hey. I don't know why sometimes the summon just doesn't work. It's weird. That ever happen to you, Luca? You whistle for Torrent and just nothing happens? Yeah? It's a weird glitch. Or if they're doing it on purpose, then it's a weird feature. Either way, kind of odd. I wish I remembered what area the somber smithing stone 6s came from, because I need one of those suckers. Maybe the Volcano Manor area. We gotta go through that place too, but I'm gonna mess around with this little dungeon over here first. Oh, this place is dangerous as hell, so this might be a bad idea. But oh well. We're doing it anyway. Things get harder to summon as you get older? Well, that explains it. I'm definitely not getting any younger over here. Now, anybody who feels like being a cheaty cheat face, come to this dungeon, come to about here, and then just, like, go to work or go to sleep or something. Just let the game run in the background for a day. Because these guys are going to kill each other, and you get the XP for it, and then they respawn infinitely. This is just the free XP catacomb. But I'm not a cheaty cheat face, so I'm not going to do that. You know what? I'm not going to piss that lady off. She can go fight somebody else. That is not me. Oh no. Actually, you know what? Hold on. For this rot for a few seconds. Nope. Excuse me. Aw, damn. I mean, yeah, cheating against the AI is not so bad, but, I'm just trying to get the loot in here. I think there's another frenzy spell around here somewhere. I don't know if it's in here exactly, but we'll get what is in here anyway. By the way, I don't know who's interested, but that new Minecraft Legends game came out just a day or two ago, and man, it is not good. I do not care for it. As far as the real-time strategy goes, it seems to be mediocre. But here's the weirdest thing. They don't let you pause the game. Even if you're playing single player, you cannot pause the game. The hell kind of weird design choice is that? Like, okay, you can't pause this game either, but... Ah, fuck. Imagine playing a real-time strategy game where you just can't pause it. Like, what happens if you get a phone call or you need to go eat or take a poop? Then I guess you just lose the map you're playing. It's insanity. So, I mean, I had a free copy of it because of Microsoft Game Pass, so I gave it a try, but if I can't pause the game, then fuck it. I'm not playing that shit. Okay, let's see. It was over here. Ah. Night Lady followed me in. She's dangerous. Holy crap. I didn't think all three of them were going to hit me at once. Oh well, I got what was in that room anyway. Also, it's very strange controls for a real-time strategy. You actually have a character that you run around with. And it's strange. It's like a third person. Like, imagine a game that runs a little bit like you walk around the world with controls similar to like an Elden Ring game. Like, imagine the parts of this game where I'm riding around on horseback, but then imagine that there's troops following me. And I build a base and give collection orders by running around. Like, I'll run up to trees, give an order for people to gather gather lumber from the trees. Then I go walk back into the village and place an order to build, a building there. And then I summon some troops and tell them to follow me, and then I walk to the enemy base. Or ride my horse to the enemy base. A little bit like Pikmin in a way. It's just it's a weird way to do real-time strategy. Like Pikmin, but it's a war game. It's so strange. I don't know what they're doing. Excuse me. I like your Radagon arrows. Bye. You too. Excuse me. This is not the right place. Ah. These guys are just going to respawn, though, which is why I'm not bothering to kill most of them. They just keep reappearing infinitely. Excuse me. There's really not a lot of point in fighting in here. Excuse me. Excuse me, I want that flower. Okay, bye. Excuse me. Yeah. Okay, the gargoyles don't respawn, but... Ah! Scary person. Oh god. Excuse me. Damn it. I was almost at my destination. There's a switch over there I need to hit. Mountain Blade? I guess kind of. I've never played those, but I've seen some footage. I don't know. I don't like Minecraft Legends. If they modded it to, like if they fix it up so you can fucking pause the game, then I might try it again. But even then it was feeling kind of weird. Excuse me. Excuse me. Coming through. Actually, I forgot to go down here. Oh no, wait, this is the ending. That's where the boss is. That's what I have to open. Excuse me. Pardon me. Coming through. Oh, fuck. Gunned down in the back. Oy. Is it a switch labeled to spawn unlimited assholes? No, sadly you can never turn that off. Which is why I'm just going to run past everybody, try to get business done. And then go to the boss. I don't even remember what the boss in here is. You know, I'm going to go around this way this time. Maybe I'll aggro less people. Whoops. Fuck. Pardon me. Ah! How do I get back up? Shit. Is this the right staircase or is this the broken one? This is the broken one. Fuck. Excuse me. Excuse me, pardon me. Excuse me, pardon me. I think I missed the staircase. Oh, fuck. Yeah, I just did a circle. Alright. Dying from scarlet rot. Oh, it's this other way. Excuse me. God, I love that flame cleanse me spell. It's so good. Yeah, I gotta get past that archer over there. Is the deal here. Let me just pick up whatever this was. It's probably not much of anything. Oh my god. Those guys hit harder than I thought they would. This place is dangerous. I'm surprised I didn't get any runes that whole time. These people are killing themselves too slow. I'm not going to bother with the lantern this time. I don't think I really need it. But I like how I can run past these guys without expending any stamina, because until somebody attacks me specifically, I'm not in combat. Combat is happening around me. I am not in the combat. But now he shot at me, so now I am in the combat. Excuse me. Ow. Damn it. Keeps getting me with that purple arrow. You know what? Maybe I'll have to kill that one guy. I'll kill the archer at the corner. So he doesn't shoot me in the back. I think the guy just fell off the edge over there. You see that? You have too much health, sir. I don't appreciate it. You know what? You're too tough. I'm just gonna run. Maybe by hitting him around, he wasn't at the corner anymore, so he didn't have a clear line of sight to shoot me. Okay. You know what? That might slow you down enough for me to hit the switch. Haha. Mission accomplished. And you're too stupid to come around the corner, so... Okay, I deserve that. You're too stupid to... Oh, God, my back. Alright. Now it's boss time. Whatever the hell this boss is. Oh god, it's one of these things. These things are insane. Ow. Just one-shots me like a jerk. You know what? My summon doesn't last very long in there. I think I'm not going to bother with it. I'm just going to solo mode this guy. Or try. If everything he does one-shots me, then I'll just come back later. I mostly wanted the loot in here, to be honest. But we'll give the boss a shot. They do glitch through the walls a lot, but they kind of have to. They're very, very large. It's hard not to have them clip through the walls a little bit. $1,300 damage, though. That's a nice hit. I think Great Spheres might have built-in damage bonus for jump attacks. At least it seems that way. It would make sense. Basically does the damage of 2 standing hits. Ah, okay. I'll leave him alone. We'll come back another time when I can survive a hit. More armor, more health. Alright, so we're going to end the stream here, but let me just decide what it is I'm going to do next. I think I'm going to do... maybe Volcano Manor? Or maybe... no, let's try to get into Langdell next. I need to raise my endurance so I can wear heavier armor, and I need to buy more health. Okay, here. Wait, no, it's up here. So I'll teleport here. Alright, let me see who we can raid tonight. Really? Nobody I follow? Nobody I follow is online right now. Not a single one. Alright, well, unless somebody has a suggestion of somebody they want me to raid, then I guess we just won't raid. That's fine. We got some good stuff done in this game today. Good progress. Alright, everybody. Nobody bother playing Minecraft Legends. It sucks.